We ask that you continue to pray for Sister Gail and her family as they continue to go through their bereavement. Let's see. Shalom King Church family, next Sunday is November the 9th. We will recognize and honor all of our members who have served with honor in the military and are now known as veterans. Please ask that you turn in a picture to Sister Dorothy McNair sometime this week, but no later than Thursday. All photos will be returned. It can be your military picture or a civilian photo. Which she says she may already have some of your pictures already. But also, as we salute our veterans, let's show them just how much by wearing red, white, or blue, or a combination of colors, and that will be for next Sunday. Thank you in advance. This comes from Sister Wanda. Let's see, we were already in the month of November. Sorry, 2 days in, right? See, well, we don't have any elections in our areas, but do pray for the elections, whether you're voting or not. And be prepared. 2016, 2028, when we're prepared, begin to make yourself count. Make yourself count, because things are quickly making turns where we all are suffering and will suffer even more under this leadership we have at the moment. But we ask that you continue to pray that things will do what they need to do. We said Veterans Day will be on the 11th. The 7th District Planning Meeting, we have it listed here from the 13th through the 15th. The 22nd. On the 22nd, will be on the 22nd, the 7th District Planning Meeting. Those are all of the announcements I have at this time. Further announcements will be by Pastor Richardson.
All right, thank you, Sister Faye, for bringing us our concerns for the coming week. Good morning, Long King.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Good morning.
Amen. It's a blessing to be with you in worship today. I'm going to very quickly go through my additional announcements. Yes, the quarterly conference, the first one for this conference year, will be this coming Wednesday, Wednesday, November 5th. And if you have a pen, you want to write it down, or you can wait until we send it out to you later on. But I have the Zoom number if you want to write it down. If you want to write it down, go ahead and get your pen out, or your device, and you can type it into your notes on your device. The Zoom meeting ID number is 927 264 7107.
Can you repeat it again?
I'm going to say it 2 more times. ID number again is 927 927 264 7107. Once again, 927 264 7107. All right. And we look forward to seeing you on the Zoom for our quarterly conference meeting on this coming Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. We thank you in advance for making the time. All who are officers and all who are auxiliary heads, we anticipate seeing you on the Zoom for that meeting. What else do I have? Sister Faye hinted, excuse me, hinted at something very important, that even though we may not have elections coming up this coming Tuesday. Somewhere, somebody's voting on something. And folks have been ambivalent, I think is the word, about the effectiveness of voting, and let me remove any doubt in the minds of people. Even though we may not have an election coming up locally, we may be able to encourage others who might be thinking about sitting out this vote. Every vote is important. Every election is important. And we see what happens when we don't turn out to vote. We end up in what we end. And there are those who would suggest that it doesn't matter because they're all the same. They just, wear different colors, but they all do the same thing. To a certain degree, some of that is true, but the reality is some folks are in that stuff at the higher levels of government just to enrich themselves and increase the influence and power that they have. And even though they say they're there on behalf of the people, they're really there for themselves. And it is our ballots, our use of the ballot box, our elections, our voting that will get out of the way those who mean to do the larger community harm and get in place those who have our interests at heart. And so it is vitally important. Please, ma'am, please, sir. And when somebody says this is the most important election of our lifetime, it is. It is. I don't care that we said it the last time. This next one is the most important one, and the next one after that will be the most important one, because when we don't show up, we end up in the crises that we find ourselves in now. Government has been shut down for over a month. The federal government has been shut down for over a month, and the people that have been put in office refuse to respond to the folks that they are supposed to serve. That's you and me. That's right. And so we need to get those folks out and get some folks who will respond to the people who put them there in office. So every vote is important, whether it's voting for dog catcher here in Abbeville or voting for president 3 years from now. Every election is important. Every one of them. And if we are able to vote and we choose not to, we have no room to complain. Not voting is your vote to keep things as they are. And if things as they are bad for you and you did not vote, well, you can complain, but don't complain to me. But seriously, it is important. In line with that, we have been asked to engage in another letter writing campaign. The letters have already been done. All it requires is your signature at the bottom, just like we did back in June. My first Sunday here at Long Cane, you all turned in the most letters of any church in the Abbeville Greenwood district. So we want to do the same thing again. If we ran out of copies today, we'll print some more off. Please don't leave before you've gotten a copy of the letter to Senator Graham. Sign the letter, and we'll make sure that they get stuffed in the envelopes and delivered to the presiding elder when he comes on Tuesday for that purpose. We want to make sure that every person of voting age, and for this letter writing campaign, you don't necessarily have to be a registered voter, but you do have to be of voting age, because we need for those representatives to know they didn't vote last time, they showed up and vote the next time. And if the senator is not responsive to what we are sharing with him, then he needs to be concerned about finding another job. Amen? Amen. So the letters are being passed out. If you have not received one, make sure that you get one before you leave and get the signature, and then we'll make sure that they get to where they need to be. Two more things. On last night, Operation Impact held their annual banquet here in the Life Center, in the Community Development Center, and we are to be congratulated because Operation Impact proudly recognizes Long Cane AMEC Church Community Development Center as the 2025 Impact Community Service of the Year, which was granted on November 1st, 2025. And it was because of Long Cane's response to the impact of Hurricane Helena here in Abbeville, feeding over almost 2,000 folks, almost on the spur of the moment is what it was told to me. But where there is a will, God makes a way. Amen? And so because even then, Long Cane was in the zone, God was able to bless some folks after a natural disaster because of the faithfulness of Long Cane members. Amen. So why don't you give God a hand clap of praise and encourage one another for the recognition of Operation Impact made to Long King Church. Finally, for those persons who are celebrating a birthday in the month of November, I know for a fact that some of God's favorite folk were born, I see one right here in the front row, some of God's favorite folk were born in the month of November. And so on behalf of the church and everybody, I want to wish you the best birthday ever, but not the best one yet, because the best is yet to come. My mama celebrates her birthday. She'll be 78 on Veterans Day. And we give God praise for her, because if it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't be here. Amen? Amen. Amen. And one of the two shining stars in my universe, my baby girl Zoe, celebrates her 14th birthday on November 30th. And so November is a good month for us in the Richardson family. And so any and everybody who's celebrating a birthday this month, celebrate all month long. Amen? Amen. Because God is good. We've done all that we came to do this morning. We've been praying, we've been singing, we've been preaching, and now we're ready to go. As we go, let's go like we've been someplace. Let's go like we've been to church. Won't you stand? God be with you till we meet again. Blessings are God's purview. God chooses when and where and how to bless. And blessings abound. All we have to do is stay in the zone. Now may God's grace, God's mercy, God's peace, God's wisdom, God's power, and God's love rest, rule, and abide with us all from this day forward and forevermore. Let us all sing together.